everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins. This is my good buddy Brandon, and this is this week's episode of Mike's Wrestling Fun Facts and Trivia. This week, we know that the trivia is going to be centered around, of course, the return of CM Punk, since I requested that last week. I thought it'd be a fun topic to maybe get a trivia question from, since we kind of assumed he was going to return, and of course, he sure did at AEW Rampage this last week. So if you've not seen that footage, by all means, go check it out, and he will be on this week's episode of Dynamite. So with that being said, let's get into the trivia question that Mike has sent us here, and we'll take a look at it and let you guys know what we think about it. So here we go.
All right, so Eric challenged me to come up with a question about CM Punk, since Punk is supposedly going to be making his debut on AEW Rampage, which I should note, this video is being shot before Rampage has happened, so if you're seeing this after Rampage, then you know why it's not being acknowledged that CM Punk is or is not in AEW. So I got to thinking about what question I could ask, and with NXT TakeOver also happening after this video here, and them talking about how NXT is going to go back to what it was, I thought we'd go back to what it was back in 2010, when it was a show that featured 8 NXT rookies being paired up with 8 WWE pros, one of them being CM Punk. Now, of course, the concept was that they were competing for a contract and title shot of their choosing with WWE. Spoiler alert, it was won by Wade Barrett, and every single one of them wound up getting a damn contract anyways, thus forming the Nexus. But I digress. My question for you is going to be this. Who was CM Punk's NXT rookie? Was it Michael Tarver, Skip Sheffield, who went on to be Ryback, Darren Young, or Heath Slater? Hope you all have yourselves a wonderful week. If you have not yet done it, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and hit that cute little notification bell to be alerted when new content is up. And if CM Punk has showed up this week on AEW Rampage, the first people around that are going to know it is probably Eric's neighbors, because he will no doubt be screaming in ecstasy over it, and they'll also hear this little squeegee sound of him cleaning off his television set from all of his excitement. I'll see y'all next week.
Is this something you'd like to share with the rest
No,
of
no, I'm good. I don't know where I have
Look
no
at
words.
my face, Eric.
I see your face. And believe me, I'm just as
This is a face
shocked
that is
as you are.
No, you don't get to be shocked, Eric.
I just said I wanted to.
No, you
No.
do this shit to me all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Okay? So don't expect me to just breeze by it like the shit didn't happen.
I did. Anyway, I mean.
He knows you better than I do.
I just requested about a wrestler I'm a fan of. I didn't say I'd go all that not weirdness, but anyway.
Him, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, God, why do you got to go right to the the gutter, Mike? I mean, class it up a little bit here on the trivia. I mean, this is your show. Do you want the audience to think this show is all about nothing but dirty, comedy? I mean, golly, man, class it up a little bit, man.
Around here, buddy, highbrow.
No, but shoot. When it comes to the question, though, who did he say the choices were? It was Ryback, Skip
Michael
Sheffield.
Culver, Ryback, Skip Sheffield,
Darren Young, and Heath Slater.
Young and Slater.
Okay. See, when this question started, I knew he was going to ask who his rookie was. And for the life of me, I don't even remember Punk being a, teacher or whatever they called it. God, I mean, everybody remembers Miz and Daniel Bryan. That's the one that everybody tends to, keep in their memory.
I want to say it was, I want to say Heath Slater. It's either Heath Slater or Michael Tarver.
Shoot, to me, it could be any of them. I wouldn't think it'd be Ryback. Even though it would be interesting.
No, it might actually be Ryback.
Are you serious?
I know they had a beef.
God, you're not helping me. Well, I know they had that rivalry for a while there over the title a little bit. There were some triple threat matches with Cena.
Yeah, but they had backstage beef.
That's true too, because I think Ryback had this reputation
He,
of injuring people.
yeah, didn't he hurt CM Punk or something?
He
Or
might
hurt
have.
something?
He might have. That might have been kind of what got it going. But yeah, I mean that's partially why it's not. I don't want to say Skip Sheffield, but I mean you might be right. To me, it could be any four of these guys. Or any one of
I'm
these
gonna
four
go with just because I've met him and he's a really cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Michael Tarver.
Michael
I might
Tarver.
be fucking wrong.
Shoot, I barely remember him. The only thing I remember him is he was wearing those gator masks like we do now
Yeah.
for the
He's a
pandemic.
really cool dude. He's a hell of a wrestler. Like,
I'm sure he is.
dude,
He just didn't seem
but
to do a whole lot.
I met
Not
him.
WWE.
You know, I met him right before he got the call to go to WWE
Mhm.
to NXT or whatever. His name was Tyrone Evans. Fucking loved him as a wrestler, dude. Like legit, like cool guy though. Like totally cool guy to talk to. Met him at an AIW show.
Well, to be, and you said Michael Tarver.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I bought it just to be different. I'm probably
Oh,
gonna be
he
wrong because again, I've as I'm sure most people have, including
I forgot
Mike.
about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say most people have probably forgotten these periods of NXT, which is all the better for it. But I'm going to just go be a little different. I'm gonna say Darren Young. We'll see what happens here. I'm probably going to be
You
dead
might
wrong.
actually be right.
I don't know, but it's nothing but a pure shot in the dark. So, and I told him, I was like, I am a fan of CM Punk, but there are certain things in his career that I am very hazy on. I mean, obviously, when he was really popular in WWE was what I was a fan of his the most. But his Ring of Honor stuff, or early on in his career before the Straight Edge Society and WWE, things like that, I'd be like a little hazy on. But we'll see what the answer is here. So let's open it up real quick. For the first season, Mike says, of NXT, the rookie that CM Punk would be the pro for would be the future primetime player Darren Young. I got it
you're
right.
right.
Boo, baby. So you tried to get me, Mike, and it did not work. He would be the fourth eliminated man from the show, and later the second to be kicked out of the Nexus after Daniel Bryan was fired temporarily following the group's debut. Yeah, because he tried to. I can't remember who he choked with his tie.
The referee or the ring bell dude.
Was it Justin Roberts? I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember, but I
Maybe
was at
not,
the show
but-
he was at after he got let go, where he wrestled Johnny Gargano, and they went 30 minutes, and the crowd asked for 5 more minutes, and they did another 10 or 20.
Awesome.
It was dope. And
Yeah.
then I got a picture with him, which you've seen that picture of me, Tony, and
Yeah.
fucking Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
It was
Which
dopest moment of my
I
life.
still think eventually, and I know they're not doing it right away, and nor should they. If AEW also acquires Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, which it sounds like it's all but a done deal at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I know there for a long time, CM Punk wanted to main event WrestleMania with Daniel Bryan. I would not be surprised if AEW pulls that trigger at one of their biggest pay-per-views of their year. So I would love to see that. We'll see if they actually go through it. But yeah, they'll probably
I
build it.
have a conversation to have with you about me and Judy were talking about, and I'm like, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay, yeah. But the rest of the email here, he had a little bit more info. He said the rest of the rookies and their pros for the NXT first season were Wade Barrett was with Chris Jericho. I do remember that. That one's a little more in my memory. Skip Sheffield Ryback was with William Regal. Definitely don't remember that one.
I don't either. Why William Regal?
Yeah, David Otunga, his pro was R-Truth. Justin Gabriel, his pro was Matt Hardy. Heath Slater was with Christian. Michael Tarver, his pro was Carlito. And, of course, Daniel Bryan was with The Miz. But, yeah, so, wow. I mean,
yeah, Carlito was still a part of the Rock. Damn.
for some reason, I wanted to think there was an eighth member of Nexus, but maybe I'm wrong. That's only 7 guys, but that may be true. That may just be it.
Didn't they attack Cena?
Well, 8 if you count Darren Young and Punk. So, yeah, I guess that would be 8. But yeah. Who did they? Yeah, they all jumped Cena on their debut on Monday Night Raw or what it was, and they destroyed the ring. It was a big angle. And to believe it or not, they ran with that for a while. Cena versus the Nexus, where Cena would have to go through the entire stable and all that. So it actually was a main event feud there for a while, but then not too long after that, it just kind of fell off. Of course, Daniel got fired temporarily, all that stuff. And then the rest of them, outside of Wade Barrett and Ryback, really, well, Heath Slater had a little bit of a career, I suppose. He got kids and all.
He got kids.
But the rest of them just kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah,
really.
whatever happened to David Otunga?
I don't know. Well, I think
Didn't he end up becoming a lawyer?
I
for,
think. Well, I think he
WWE?
was beforehand even. So
Yeah.
he had was he like from Harvard or something like that? It
Mhm.
was very reputable college and stuff. But I think
Yeah,
Ryback
did
still
he become
wrestles.
a
But
lawyer for WWE? Because I know he did a lot of backstage stuff
he
for a
might have.
while.
I know. There's one guy. Chris Nowinski or whatever was the head specialist or whatever for the concussions and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if he worked for WWE because I'm sure they wanted to keep that one under wraps. But yeah, so he kind of went off into some stuff too. But yeah, I mean, most of these other guys just kind of didn't really amount to a whole lot. I mean, the primetime player Darren Young,
Hmm.
for sure. But yeah, I mean, and primetime players, that was the one with the guy who
Titus and
Titus. Yeah, okay. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the guy who passed
You're
away trying to
talking
save
about
the
no,
kid.
yeah,
That's
Gaspar and
Crime
uh
Time. Crime Time.
yeah.
Not Prime Time. Okay. So yeah.
Prime Time was dope. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Yeah.
Prime Time, that was my shit.
Yeah. Whatever happened to JTG?
I don't know.
I want to say he still,
He might still wrestle on the Indies. I don't know.
maybe, I'm not sure.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of these NXT guys, or Nexus guys, I should say. Of course, the T-shirts were big, with the big bright yellow N and all that stuff, which was a good way to kind of market NXT. And of course, it ended up evolving into the NXT we all know and love, and now it's going to devolve. Apparently, we'll have to see what they do, but I still have a little hope for it. I just got a feeling they're going to be developing different types of guys and not like the small guys that we all tend to know and love. But we'll see where they take NXT. But I don't have a lot of high hopes for it since they're talking about changing everything. But we'll see what they do. But yeah, so I guess CM Punk's rookie was Darren Young. So interestingly enough, I'm surprised I got that one right. Like I said, shot in the dark. So I guess good on me, I suppose. But so next week, Mike, you're off the hook. You can go back and do any particular trivia question you want to do, unless you got something you want to request, Brandon. Anything in particular? Since I got one, might as well.
I saw what he did to you.
Hey, it worked for me though. Hey, I got one right.
Set me up for failure.
Yeah, well, the making fun of me is a given. He's going to do that.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't mind, and I know I would never get it, but I would be intrigued. Of an old Road Warrior question.
Okay, about Animal and Hawk.
Yep, Animal and Hawk.
Road Warriors before they were Legion of Doom, or just Legion of Doom, World Warriors in general?
No, let's take it back. Legion of Doom.
Okay.
No, Road Warriors. No, because the Road Warriors
we're going to
were
confuse
the
them.
first iteration.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And that's probably more up his alley anyway, more old school than when they were Legion of Doom.
Old school.
The old school. Okay, Mike, he wants you to go deep with this one. So,
because I was on this, I watched. I don't know. It was a long time. Like I said, I was watching a bunch of ECW stuff, and me and Jackson also were watching like a bunch of old. Was it AWA or NWA? I can't remember. But I seen a match between Hawk and Animal, and they looked like they just stepped out of the gym. Their gear was not like real gear yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just looked these two big guys who stepped out of the gym, and they were like, "Hey, go get in that ring."
Hey, if it works, I mean,
Yeah.
Of course they ended up kind of going to the more traditional, red and black, shoulder pads, all that stuff, which they kind of look like Karrion Kross this week on Raw. But we'll talk about that a little bit. Little teaser for our weekly recap show on Thursday morning. So yeah, I'll tell you about that off air. But yeah, Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw.
I seen one of my buddies post something about it on Facebook not too long ago.
Oh my, but yeah. So anyway, that'll do it for this week's edition of Mike's Wrestling Fun Facts and Trivia. So next week, Mike, if you could be so kind as to, I don't know what the word would be, humor our buddy Brandon here and come up with a question.
I just for whatever reason, like the Road Warriors. Like,
the Road Warriors stuck his head.
I'm a big Road Warriors fan back in the day.
I'll tell you right now, I ain't going to know it because I didn't start watching them until the Legion of Doom era. But hey, it'll still be fun to learn.
Trash for real.
That's all right. I got this week. Maybe next week will be your lucky week. So comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about this week's trivia question. Did you guys know the answer to the CM Punk question about the Nexus and the first season of NXT? Did you get a chance to see the CM Punk debut on Rampage? By all means, let us know what you guys thought about that and what are your favorite wrestlers you maybe like to see him wrestle in AEW. And of course, what are your thoughts on the Road Warriors? Are you looking forward to that trivia question next week? Comment down below. Let us know what you guys think, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications about when we put up new content right here on this channel. And until next week, guys, with another trivia question, take care.
to turn it